Hey guys, welcome back. We have a run training video part 3 today, and it is on drills. Okay, so hopefully you have been putting the time in, you've gotten your consistency down, you've been working on your tall posture, right? You've been working on your big push off and thinking about falling forward just a little bit. And you also have been able to get yourself up to about 20, maybe even 30 minutes of continuous running without having to shut down for a walk. Or you're at least close. You've also been paying attention to not overdoing it. That was a run training part 2, understanding the energy pathways. Okay, so today we're going to add our drills. Now we have 3 drills that I'm going to give you guys today. We are going to be doing bounding, which is for force production. We're going to be doing a pickup or pickups, and that's for speed and efficiency. And then lastly, we're going to be doing a shuffle, which is for our purpose today, a recovery. Now the shuffle also I introduced to a lot of new runners because they haven't quite had the ability to sustain a duration of running without shutting down. And so the shuffle is a great fallback move or a beginning move to be able to get the body prepared and ready to rock and roll, even if it can't go for more than, say, 5 or even 10 minutes, right? So let's talk about that bounding first. Okay, so the bounding. When you bound, like I said, this is I feel like one of the most important drills once you understand how to do the push off and have the running tall and falling forward. The reason why is because the bounding really exemplifies what the push off can be. Now when we do our run, our legs, they go and we have what's called a stride length, right? And with the push off, what we are going to be maximizing is our stride distance, how far you can go with one push off. Now it's not meant to act like you're just jumping around and going crazy all over the place, but what it's meant to do is to show you how much you can maximize the push off and how much distance you can gain with one single push off. All right, let's go check that out. All right, so we are going to go ahead, we're going to mark off a space over here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to do my normal run, and I'm going to count how many steps it takes for me to get there. All right, so based on our camera right here, I'm going to go, this will be my stop. And I'll go back there and I'll go ahead and I'll drop down on the little marker of my start. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, so that was 12 steps, counting every single one. And I ran it at basically, what was a normal, easy stride. Okay, I wasn't trying to go extra slow or anything, just do it's normal. Okay, don't think about it, just do it. All right, let's go back, and now what I'm going to do is I hit 12, so I'm going to see if I can't decrease how many steps it takes to get from point A to point B. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. About 9.5, 9.25, something like that. So you can see I went from 12 to 9. Now, here's the deal. Except for that a little bit extra push off, and not let my feet come down too soon, and maximizing how much glide or stride time I have, I went from 12 to 9. So that's not too bad. Let's see if we can go ahead and get it even lower. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Well, 7.5. So here's the deal. That was a little bit more work because I'm pushing off a little bit more. However, I don't sense any major increase in heart rate. Not that much more increase of heart rate than when I did the first one, I did 12. But I'm opening up my stride. I'm allowing myself to have a big push off, and I'm extending that stride, that glide, that duration. Okay, I think I was 7, right? 7.5, something like that. Okay, so we went from 12, 9, 7. Let's see if we can go even lower. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Whew, okay. Now that one got me. Okay, so that was 6.5. I don't think I'm going to get any more than that. And if I did, it would only increase my ventilation to try to give me that cardiovascular oxygen debt refill. And remember, in Run Training 2, see, my heart rate's already coming back down, but it went up. In Run Training 2, when you get to the point where you can start to hear your breathing, or it becomes challenging to speak, you are not in that cardiovascular conditioning any longer. Now, if we wanted to enter a bounding contest, that's great. But for our purposes today, we want to find out, okay, what is my normal stride count over a given distance? Can I reduce it through bounding? And at what point through bounding does this reduction of stride number, at what point does it start to increase my workload to where it has the negative effect? Because we want to make sure we want to maximize our stride and reduce our stride count without overly increasing our energy output. The whole idea is about being efficient. I'm thinking 7.5 to 8 is where I need to be. All right, let's go take a look at that one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, 8. I like 8. Now, when we did this, if you slow it down, never once did I ever overstride, right, with my foot in front of me. It was here, and then there was that big push off with the tall posture. And another thing you probably noticed was I wasn't doing a lot of oscillation, bouncing up and down, okay? But don't oscillate. If you're a bouncer, try to focus on not bouncing. And how do you do that? You want to focus on the push off, you want to fall forward, and you want to have a tall posture. All right, let's do a side profile of this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So remember with the bounding, try to find that sweet spot, not where you are just like plotting along, right? But you are doing force production and you're pushing out the back and you're maximizing that stride, without overstriding. Once you establish how many you do, find out how many more you can take away, the maximum amount that you can reduce, and then find what works in between. For me, looked like based on where my current level of fitness and mechanics and training is, 8 strides over that given distance worked for me. Let's talk about now the next one, and that is the speed drill known as pickups. So a pickup is basically a slight increase of tempo over a given distance. Now when I do pickups, I go ahead and I have everybody, we do either 10 or 15 or generally mostly 20-second pickups. And what that means is I'm going to count over the course of 20 seconds of my stride rate starting to pick up a pace. Now, here's the deal. You don't stop with the push-off, and you definitely don't decrease your bounding. In a lot of ways, the pickup is just a more faster bounding. And you notice in the bounding, the legs were going 1, 2, 3, 4. And there was definitely a big pause in between because I wanted to find out how far I could go in between. Now, when it comes to the pickup, you're still going to do that push off and you're still going to try to maintain that distance, but you're going to pick up the pace. All right, let's go check it out. Okay, so I have my 2 points once again. And what I'm going to do is I want you guys to envision, but you're running and now you're going to do your 20-second pickup. Now, for me, it's going to be a lot shorter than 20 seconds. But I want to show you what this would look like. I'm going to first run my normal, then I'm going to go back, and then I'm going to do my 20-second pickup. So what I want you to look for is, one, remember, I'm not going to overstride. I'm not going to, I'm not going to change my length. If here's my center of gravity and I'm going this way, and this is my forward foot, this is my rear foot, I'm not going to be here, stepping, planting, stopping, and then coming over that. I'm going to be coming down here, and that's my push off, and then I keep going, right? All right, so let's check out the easy run first. And now I'm going to add a pickup. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So as you can see, that tempo, that stride tempo, is definitely an increase. So here's the deal. It's a little bit faster than what you probably can sustain for tempo during a given run, but we're working up to that. What this does is it allows us to have efficiency. It learns how the mechanics feel when we're going and going at a slightly higher tempo. you'll be operating at the pickup somewhere here, where if you were doing a tempo run, you'd probably be here. Because that tempo run would be anywhere from 6 to 10 minutes, depending on where you're at with your training and what your desired outcome goal would be. So we only want to do 20 seconds. Now, your heart rate goes up, you produce a little bit of perspiration, which is good, and now your body needs to shut down a little. This is where the shuffle comes in. So what is a shuffle? Basically, a shuffle is a low-level energy output form of running where everything is very close together, very somewhat condensed. There isn't any extraordinarily huge output of energy, and it's meant to get you from A to B with minimal energy output. All right, so what does that look like? Here's our shuffle. When I shuffle, I know it's gonna look a little goofy, but I'm just gonna mill around right here. When I shuffle, I'm gonna keep my shoulders back, tall spine, just kind of like rolling off the ball of my feet, right? Watch my feet. Okay? They are not stepping out. Now when I walk, I could walk at the same pace, if not faster. Right? So why shuffle? Watch my feet again. Watch my feet. Did you see it? When I was shuffling, my footfall was directly below me. What that does is it puts a force of gravity and load-bearing weight onto the system. And that is the predecessor to actually full-on running. Okay? Some would even argue, and I wouldn't disagree, that even that's a form of running, whatever it takes to get out there. But when you walked, the foot went in front. Now when we walk, we go hip flexion, leg extension. For most people, a little bit of this supination. We drop, okay, usually here, and then we transmit our force forward, pronation of the foot, and then we start the other leg. We do hip flexion, leg extension, ankle supination, and then we drop. So when you walk, it's a completely different beast than what it is to running. In the running, I am hip flexion, right? I'm coming up, I'm leaning forward, and then my foot comes right down below me. I plant and I come forward, okay? And I push out the back. The big difference, like I said, once again, is if you walk, it's all in front of you, right? But when you run, or even shuffle, it's all behind you. Glute. So when you do an effort, like a bounding, and then, or maybe you're doing a pickup, or maybe you're adding the two together, or maybe you're just getting tired during your run. There's a lot of people that say run, walk. That works perfectly, to a point. And every single runner who's ever done this will probably agree with me. Leave comments in below if you disagree, if you have a different way. There comes a time during your training where the run-walk strategy, it doesn't work anymore. It doesn't work. Because you get to the point where you know that if you start walking, you're probably not going to run again. And that, my friends, is because you didn't put the time in at the bottom long enough for the cardiovascular conditioning, and you didn't teach your body how to sustain itself during an effort, especially when it comes time to shut down. That's what today's drills are for. All right, so let's put them all together. We're going to do our normal run, okay, which I believe was something around, didn't I say it was like something like 12? Then I'm going to bound, and that should be about 8. Then I'm going to do a normal run, and then I'm going to do my pickup. And then at that point in time, say I've done that pickup like 2 or 3 times or whatever, or maybe just one time and I'm getting used to it, then I'm going to do my shuffle. And then that shuffle is going to allow my heart rate to come down, and then I'm going to be able to go back into my normal run. So let's follow that up. All right, here we go. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay? One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Back to the run. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, now we're going to do the pickup. One, 2, 3, 4. All right, now the shuffle. Couple big deep breaths. Not going crazy with that footfall. Normal run. So as you can see, employing these basic drills will allow you to transition within a given workout from one effort to the other, okay? Maybe one day you just want to focus on the bounding. You just kind of want to see where you're at and see how many you can do or more specifically, how many steps you can reduce from your normal stride, okay? And then maybe it can get you a little winded, but you don't want to stop. Boom, go right to the shuffle. Or maybe you're starting your warm-up. Maybe you're a person that walks and then they slowly get into an easy jog and then a run. There's your shuffle. Or maybe you're on a pickup day and you're doing 2 to 3 sets of 20-second pickups. And once again, you start getting winded. Go right into the shuffle, all right? Use these drills together or at certain times during your run so that you can maximize your time out there. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. This is run training. It was drills. We did bounding. We did our pickups, and we did our shuffle. In the next video, I'm going to show you how to put some of these together in what would be considered a base phase running training program. Until then, I want you guys to take care of yourselves, be safe. Please like and subscribe, share the videos. And until next time, I'll see you when I see you.